Hey folks, welcome back to Let's Play Mega Man 2 in the Mega Man collection for the PS4. I'm Serious JG. Last time you only saw about 10 minutes of my closer to 25 minutes of frustration with the first Dr. Wily stage. I remembered it as being quite easy, and in fact, it's not that bad at all. I just got myself like all out of sorts by screwing up the mobility challenge with the you have to use the weapon 1, M1, whatever they are. Little floaty platforms to cross the ladder, and I just got myself out of ammo for it by screwing it up too many times in a row, and just caught myself into a mode where I was grinding for ammo and just. Bleh. So I threw that video away. I started over, and we got through pretty good. We got one death, and it's probably the best death you're going to see, which is um, surprised and killed by the first boss. Which I can imagine if you only had one life left. And you're a kid playing the game, that would have been a pretty frustrating way to lose it. But I knew it was coming. I was anticipating it popping up behind me and being able to do like a zany comedy LP or freak out, but instead, no, it actually fucking killed me. So we're continuing on with the Wily Fortress. We used a lot of our mobility weapons, which I don't think are very useful in this stage anyway. We also used a lot of metal blades. So let's see what we can do in this stage. Probably I'm gonna go with getting more metal blades. I don't think we'll actually need mobility weapons really for the rest of the game. They could conceivably be somewhat useful in the third Wily stage, where I know you can use weapon 2 to your advantage a few times there, and we haven't used it yet. We also haven't used Flashman's weapon at all, but if we don't show it off anywhere else in the LP, we'll show it off in the rematch run against Quickman. So... Oh, you guys. Oh, you guys. Oh, you're gonna spawn on my head. Lovely. Ah, I guess we are gonna need mobility weapons here. Luckily, the mobility weapon we need is the one I haven't been using. Yeah, don't you dare freaking kill me. You can't use your weapons, Ah, shit. That's how you were supposed to go. I forgot about that. You were supposed to take on the second one. I really don't want to waste Crashman ammo. Oh, shoot. Yeah, Crashman ammo is going to be a big problem eventually. Yeah, you're supposed to go that way. Look at all those loots. Look at all that treasure. What do I have this way? Enemies. Game is just giving you a big old F you here. Well, we got one of these. Yeah, the weird drills coming from the ceiling stages. At least this will give us a chance to get some ammo back for some of our stuff. Because you never know when you're going to need item 2. I forgot about the layout of the stage. I did not remember that, so therefore I wasn't able to take advantage. But in fact, you really would... we're going to want to get more of that. As a matter of fact, if we were being smart, we would replenish all of our stocks at this point. That was a little goof on my part. I did not notice that thing until it was too late. It kind of spawned over us, so we wasted that. You can kind of... You end up having to decide between health and life with these things. Or, health and life. What are you saying? You have to, sometimes you'll see one and you're like, I could get that and get a little more ammo, but it's probably going to damage Megaman. And you can back off and try to get them to start spawning earlier, but it doesn't... Well, actually, this does seem like it's working. I always thought that if you got far enough, they would stop spawning even if you backtrack. And then you get the ones that are too far ahead of you, and you're like, yeah, if I go in there, I'm going to take another hit, and it's going to be... I'm not actually going to come out ahead. But that is the purpose of these things, for you to grind for weapons. Or whoppins. So it's not that exciting to watch, but it's kind of essential. Okay, that big one is worth getting. Trying to get into that one's just going to cost me hit point damage. Now maybe I can get it. Maybe I can fill up my quick boomerang. Second one disappeared, but I got the first one. Okay, perfect. A little health out of that. So, don't need this to keep going on for... Okay, well that's worth taking some damage for. Matter of fact, in theory, at this point, I could respawn at the beginning of this whole mess and take the path that actually nets me the better rewards. Because I filled up my... I don't know if we'd spawn back early enough. Matter of fact, just to stop you from doing that, this is probably a respawn point right here. We don't need more quick man weapon. Probably don't need more bubble man weapon that bad either. Because right before the very, very last boss of the game, we'll get another screen like this. And I got 2 1-ups out of that sequence, so I came out ahead. And yes, this is your respawn point. So... not really planning to, but I'm farming 1-ups. I probably am going to keep that E-tank until the final boss. Well, that was some bullshit. These don't seem to do any better than any other weapons. Metal blades weren't really doing fast killing with this thing. Now I'm just getting a little frustrated at how long it's taking to clear. I do not seem to have the patience that I had when I was a kid. Now I feel the cold hands of death are coming closer and closer with every passing year, and I'm still playing Megaman 2. I really don't think there's any use for weapon 3 left in the game, because there's really no point where you need. Yeah, I'll refill. It's this big one. I'd be wasting a lot of that if I used it on the weapon one, but. Turn back in time. Excellent. Perfect. Fantastic. Now I just wait for them to clear out. As long as you don't proceed forward or proceed forward very slowly, I'm done. I don't have to worry about switching over different weapons. This I don't really consider this part of the game very challenging. It's just kind of... I guess it's meant for this. It's meant for grinding. I don't think these enemies show up in any future games. I don't think anybody considered this to be like a triumph of their game design. I think people were just kind of like, if you don't need this for grinding, it's just really boring and frustrating that you can't do this any faster. It really hits you over the head with the fact that there's no longer really a reward for doing things quickly. Although, of course, in the Mega Man collection, you can go do special challenge modes where your time trial scores are on the interwebs for other people to compete with. I can't imagine any other particular reason to do this quickly other than you're bored. Or not bored, but you're bored with this. And you're trying to get to the next game. I mean, I could use Flashman weapon here and get past them. But there is one more point in the game where I want to showcase that. Okay, so we're done. Oh, and there's a place where weapon 3 is useful. I was just saying, I don't know if that would ever be useful again. Here it is. Well, I certainly don't remember the boss of this stage. Apparently I don't remember the stage layout either. The only thing I vaguely remember about this stage is an underwater section, which had this, like, snapping fish jumping at you. And that's not even, like, happening right now. I believe at some point we will have to fall and avoid, try to avoid pits that we can't even see. Oh, wait, no, it's this. Ah, I remember this now. This was a weird boss fight. So this is like the room that comes after you, but there's a different room that comes after you later. You kind of have to memorize where they're coming from to know how to dodge them. Quick boomerangs work better than blaster, but I don't feel like I'm going to win on the first try anyway, so I didn't really feel like wasting them. I mean, I could win with an E-tank, obviously, but got enough lives in reserve. I'm trying to hold that. Oh my god, no! No! Oh, no! Oh, man, these stages are short, but they're punishing. They're gonna make me go through this again. It was so boring. I must be either mixing up a stage from Mega Man 3 with Mega Man 2, or I'm forgetting an entire stage that features, like, snapping fish. Well, now I need some of you guys to drop Weapon 3 ammo. Well, you don't drop specific ammo, but you know what I mean. And I need to get... I need to avoid taking damage in that last little bit there against those things that, you know, those ceiling crush things, because I guess I can go straight to quick boomerangs next time, since I believe they work better against that guy, that living room enemy. It's weird. It's kind of, it reminds me a little bit of Metal Storm, with the room actually being your foe. I feel like that's something they did in Metal Storm. Anyway, now we're back in that mode where I'm just... Well, and that's the other thing about this. I mean, if they just keep... If I keep this up and I get a little bit of luck, I'm going to get 1-ups. I might even get E-tanks. Other than the fact that now I feel bad. I had like a failure video right up front that I ditched because I didn't feel like grinding against enemies to recover ammo. But with the 1-up drops I'm getting, you could just do a no continue clear of the Wily castle. I've never actually done one before, or I might have done it and just wasn't even aware that I'd done it. Like, I wasn't really tracking it, feeling that it was that important a thing to do. Because my pattern was always, well, just, oh, shoot. When you run out of ammo for the weapons that you need, just, damn it, go ahead and continue, and, no, this is no good. Maybe I'll use that E-tank and get it over with. Oh, but there was some place where we could get more health here. You just had to be willing to use item 1, I think. And that might be enough with the quick boomerangs, which I believe are the weakness of this enemy. And it really comes down to being like knowing where to dodge. that was close. At some point you gotta make sure they don't come out of the floor right next to you. That was close too. Yeah, I knew that was coming from over there next. Oh, shit. Fuck. So close. Well, Quickman was the weakness. Final Fantasy VII is the connection. Sorry, it's a particularly dumb piece of writing that it was in effect that I've become obsessed with. Final Fantasy VII is the connection. I guess in a way they set it up so that you can frustrate the hell out of yourself, but you're not going to actually fail at the stage because they keep giving you all these opportunities to get whatever it is you need, including, if you feel like it, farming for extra lives. Although that health pickup won't be there next time, I don't believe. I think that's a one-time thing. Could be wrong, but I think that's going to be gone. And I kind of needed that, because unless you can get past those crusher ceiling things perfect, you're not going to get a full health run at the boss. And I kind of didn't have a whole lot of time when I started this session, and I kind of need to be moving on to something else. Bah, I say, bah! Can't be screwing up like that. I'm not going to have full health coming out of this thing if I keep this up. Now I got a whole bunch of little ammo power-ups. Suddenly desperately need a health power-up, or an E-tank, or a 1-up, you know. There's a lot of things I would settle for. Actually, a 1-up would make me feel a lot better, because now I've got it in my mind that I should be able to clear the Wily stages without having to continue, which had not really been part of my, like, mission that I'd set for myself, but now that I've said it, it's like, oh man, I should really try to do that. And it's not gonna happen if I keep screwing up. I feel a lot more pressure to actually perform well at this game than a Megaman, which I knew I didn't know the game Megaman nearly as well as I knew Megaman 2. I also knew it was a tougher game, so I was just gonna be satisfied if I could get through with a reasonably minimal amount of cheating. Alright, let's see what Flashman's weapon does. Time is frozen. Those things don't hurt me. They don't even jump down, attack. Doesn't last for very long. When you use it, and if you remember in Quickman's stage, those beams that come out of the walls to kill you, they don't come out. Doesn't last long enough for you to get all the way through the whole stage, but if you get to the last set of them, the really toughest ones, and use it at the beginning of that, you're good. And if you manage to keep it, you can actually use it against Quickman himself, and Quickman actually takes damage from it. He's the only enemy in the game that does. He seems to take one hit point unit of damage for every 2 seconds or so he's immobilized, is what seems to be happening with Quickman. Right off the bat, it took a hit. right off the flippin' bat. Ah, man! I wasted my Flash Man to get here just so that I would be sure of winning it. Damn it! Oh, God, I really was thinking about using the E-Tank just to have the stage over and done with. Oh, I did not want to deal with this again. Well, I got a whole new thing to restock. I mean, if you're patient, it's not a problem. You just come back and grind through this again. And occasionally you get a 1-up, and it makes it really kind of to where you're going to be fine. I mean, you can even intentionally go back and restart the thing and get 1-ups. To get all the way to the end, that's not really going to be an option, but... And the 1-up drop rate is pretty low. And yet I still feel like trying. Do I have the patience to fully cheese this? Stay tuned. Or skip ahead. I would blame for that one, actually. It reminds me a little bit, I mean, I know I'm not actually winning as I start to say this, but it reminds me a little bit of that last Wily stage, where you're like under, in the first game, where you're under water in this weird kind of tunnel, and it just seems like it's really not as difficult as it should be for that stage of the game. Here it's like, yeah, I'm kind of screwing up because I'm sucking, but if I was a little bit better at knowing the pattern of that, where those enemies pop up, oh, damn it! Now I've taken stamina loss, so I'm all immediately. I'm like losing confidence because that's not a place you want to be, where you know you are not at full health going up against the boss unless you get the right drop. I mean, it's easily remedied, but still. 1-up, come on, 1-up. Give me that confidence back, 1-up. Because we could have some problems in the next stage. We are coming up against a boss that I really have never been clear on how to defeat on the first try. Because there's a boss coming up where the room that the boss fight takes place in has those walls that need to be destroyed with Crash Man weapon, and you don't actually have enough to do everything you need to do in one pass. So I've always lost, and then what am I doing? I risked that thing fading away because I didn't grab it fast enough, because I didn't want to take stamina loss. After all that talk about how badly I needed a 1-up. But anyway, no, there's a fight coming up where you're in a room where you need the Crash Man weapon to destroy the gates that are blocking where you need to go. And I've always done it by going in there, blowing up as many as I could, and then intentionally dying, and coming back, and for the continue point, grinding for more Crash Man weapon ammo, or just ammo, since it's all the same. And then going back in with full Crash Man weapon, because the gates, once you destroy them, stay destroyed until you continue. So with that battle, I'm like, I don't even know how much good it does to have me a whole bunch of... Well, I just don't want to get there with only 1 life left, I guess is what I was trying to get at. So I'll go ahead and do the same thing. I'll use Flash Man weapon and really try to be done with this thing. Hey, look, you can see the chains at the bottom of the screen. It's interesting. maybe I'm wrong. Unless you remember the pattern, you really just kind of have to stay in a corner and hope it's you're not screwed. Oh boy, I'm gonna take a hit. Oh, I didn't, but I did get turned around the wrong way. Ooh, that was close. I'm doing it. I'm using the E-Tank. I don't care. I need to finish this video. So is that a really good use of the E-Tank? No, not really. Especially not if I still lose. Jeez. If I'd lost, it would have been a really bad use of the E-Tank. But no, I'd hit the point where it's like, you know, I need this session to be over. It wasn't a very good use of the E-Tank, but I need to end the session. I'm going to have to pick up the rest of the Wily Castle another time. So let me see how many stages are left. This must be the one with the fish. Yes. Okay, this is the one that has the fish. Whew, I knew it was coming. I was a little worried there. I was like, what happened to my fish stage? So this stage is like kind of a big nasty sewer level, which will feature fish. And then the stage after this is one that has a lot of places where it looks like you can walk. And we saw this a little bit in the in Wily Castle and Mega Man 1. It looks like a good floor to walk on, but in fact it's like a hologram, and you fall through, and you generally don't die. I think they give you a couple of places where they show you this game mechanic is in effect before they put you in places where if you don't test the floor first, you're going to die. And then our final, we'll have Robot Master rematch, and then we'll have a fairly short stage, mostly consisting of those. Oh, I don't think you get to grind for stuff there. No, I think you just have to. Yeah, never mind. I forgot how the last stage goes. It's not grinding for ammo. It's just, yeah, you better have plenty of Bubble Man ammo when you get to the last stage. Either that or be willing to continue. So that's a thing. But that's a thing that we'll consider next time, because that took me a lot longer to clear than I expected it to. But we got a lot of lives in reserve. However, the value of holding on to all those lives and not just losing and continuing has been drastically reduced now that I finally used that E-Tank. So there may come battles later where I deeply regret using the E-Tank there, but I just needed this session to be over. And the more I sit here blabbering at you, the less that argument makes sense, because I'm preventing my own recording session from being over. When we come back next time, I don't remember the bosses from this game. It's become clear, because I completely forgot about that boss. And now there's a boss coming at the end of this stage, which I don't know what it is either. I'm thinking it might be that Guts Dozer enemy, but then again, that might have been Mega Man 3. And for some reason, I'm also thinking that the Guts Dozer was weak against Quickman's boomerangs, but like everything can't be weak against Quickman's boomerangs. I must be misremembering something. But there's a boss coming up with a room full of Crashman, gates that are destroyable by Crashman bombs, and then the boss itself is only affected by Crashman bombs. So that one's always a pain in the ass. And then after that, I don't even remember what you use against the Wily machine in this one, but I think it's the same as every other game. You kind of shoot him in the cockpit, and and the final boss, and yeah, all that is to come. Stay tuned, folks. We are closing in on the end of Mega Man 2.